Hello, everyone. This is Linda Drummond with Network in Action. And today I have the privilege of speaking with Theresa Strong, the founder of Bellinicio and someone I love to call a friend. So hello, Theresa.
Hello, Linda.
So Theresa, let's tell everybody what the name of your company is and what you do.
Bellinicio is a nonprofit, and it means beautiful beginning. Our mission is to help women that are in recovery from abuse and addiction, and sometimes even serving criminal sentences to build their self-esteem, their self-confidence by improving their fitness, their nutritional habits, and completing their first 5K race.
To me, that is such a magnificent goal for these women. So how did you get into becoming one with Bellinicio?
Well, way back when, I was living what I thought was the perfect life. I had a husband, I had a great job at a venture capital company, house in the suburbs, and a dog. And within a matter of months, the venture capital company went bankrupt. My husband, Tom, died of brain cancer, and then my dog, Spencer, ran away. And I found out that I was not nearly as resilient as I had always thought I would be. So to try and keep myself moving forward, I decided to take up running, and I use that very loosely, but if I ran a half mile, I knew it was a personal success and I felt better for myself. And at the same time, I was volunteering at homeless shelters at night. And I started realizing that what I was getting from running, from setting goals and achieving them, could be generalized to people that were far less fortunate than I was. And over time, that's how Bellinicio was formed. We started partnering with agencies like Santa Maria Hostel, Star of Hope, agencies all over town that had women living there that were recovering from really difficult parts of their lives, things that had happened to them, things they had done to themselves, and giving them the opportunity for their own beautiful beginning.
That story tears me up every time I hear it.
Thank you.
So I know you've graduated over 1,000 women. You have seen them from their worst moment to their highest moments. So I know you've got a success story that you could share with us.
Absolutely, Linda. I'd like to share two briefly, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
One is more global. It's a group of women we work with at Santa Maria Hostel, and it's called the Bambi program. And Bambi stands for Babies and Mothers Bonding Initiative. And it is a program specifically for low-risk women, non-felons in the criminal justice system, to complete their sentence at Santa Maria Hostel. But the challenge is they have just given birth to babies in prison. And under normal circumstance, if you give birth to babies in prison, that baby's gone. It goes into the system. Maybe it goes to a family member, but the baby and the mother never bond. And all that does is complete. What it does is it propagates that situation of abuse, right? Babies and mothers bonding is what creates healthy relationships and strong and healthy children. So the Bambi program is a program we've worked with for all of our 13 years. And the amazing thing about it is here's a picture of the women. And they just look like regular women that have just gone down the wrong path or had bad things happen to them. And so every time we get to work with Santa Maria Hostel in the Bambi program, it is a success. One particular success story, though, is a woman that I worked with named Stephanie, very, very early in Belliniccio's history. And Stephanie was a young woman. We started walking and running together, and She was also finishing up a prison sentence, but it was a 3-year sentence. And I asked her why she was serving 3 years. And she said that, she caught a DWI. And I thought, wow, 3 years for a DWI, that's pretty stiff. Well, as we got to know each other and as she shared more and more with me, it turns out that it wasn't one DWI, it was 3. And that when she got pulled over the 3rd time, she had prescription pads in her car. And her baby was in the back seat. And she wrecked. The baby was fine, but she killed someone else in the wreck. And of course, Stephanie was never the same. But she was an addict. She was a criminal. She was an abused young woman. She had a baby, and she was coming out of jail, and she entered the Belenizio program. And as we worked together, week after week, we ended up running the race together, the race into downtown. And shortly before the end of the race, she completely stopped running and just started crying. And I was worried about her, like, what hurts? What's the matter? And she said, no, I'm going to finish. And I'm like, well, then we have to go. And she's like, no, you don't understand. I've never finished anything before. I can't pass my GED. I've lost my children. I barely have any faith. My family doesn't talk to me, but I've achieved this, and no one's ever going to take that away from me. And it was that day that I knew, without a doubt, Belenizio was going to change many, many lives. And now we've changed over 1,000.
Oh, God, Theresa, what a fabulous, fabulous story.
Thank you.
And, just to know that there is someone out there that they can turn to that helps them. You're helping them physically get healthy and do all of that, but it's also changing their mental attitude.
Absolutely.
So if somebody out here really wants to help you, which I know people do, what would you consider a really good referral that we could give you?
Linda, as I've mentioned, we partner with what we call agencies. And these are facilities, organizations, other nonprofits that help these women when they just get out of prison or when they're in recovery. And the women stay there anywhere from 3 to 4 months to 18 months. For example, Angela House, the Women's Home, Dress for Success. They don't actually live there, but the Star of Hope, Oaks of Righteousness. And we would love introductions to people that are running other agencies across town that have women actually living in there for more than 1 or 2 months. Be a great referral.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you something. How do you get the funds to run your agency to help those women?
Linda, we get funds in a variety of ways. We write grants, and we have partnerships with churches, and we do events. We have a golf tournament, our Soul to Soul Fiesta, a trivia night, our 5K, and that helps. What helps us the most are 2 areas. One are companies that help sponsor our events, that show their community spirit. And that is a great support for us. Secondarily, we have monthly donors that are giving us from $25 to $1,000 a month. And just like any business owner knows, that cash flow is what we can count on and what we can build our future. We're extremely grateful for every monthly sustaining donor that signs up.
Great. Well, one of the things that I want you to tell me now is how people can reach you to get, either get somebody to maybe sponsor an event for you or to make a donation. How can they reach you?
The best way to reach me is by cell phone, 281-436-7580. That's cell phone or text. My email is teresa.strong@bel, BEL -inizio, INIZIO.org. Or if you missed that, go to our website. There's an info link at the bottom. You can email me from there. All the emails come to me, and our website is www.bell-initio.org.
Theresa, it is always such a privilege to speak with you. And I am so proud of you as a friend. And I know that your organization is doing fantastic. I wish you the extremely best of luck in getting things and, hitting your next goal of, 5,000.
Thank you so very, very much, Linda.
All right. Well, you have a fantastic day.
You too now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.